little WoW TBC private server update. This may not look like WoW to you at all. It probably just looks like text flying past on the screen. What I'm doing there is actually building Google protocol buffers, and I'm doing that based on my own recommendation, which you can find on my blog, megalomaniacboard.blogspot.com. This is about connecting Python to MySQL with protocol buffers. The reason being, I need a tool. I really need a tool on the server. I have been playing, mucking about, doing stuff, characters getting to level 20. I'm starting to make sure each of the skills trees all work properly. However, items aren't quite right. And I noticed this immediately because I have vivid memories of crafting things in blacksmithing. Now, blacksmithing was my first WoW profession. I maxed it out on my level 60 warrior. All the way through leveling, I used items created from doing it and did all the quests. I did the supplying Red Ridge and all those kind of quests for the Alliance. I've since found out there's obviously other ones for the Horde, which I need to experiment with when I go and play Horde. This item, though, was the first one that really struck me as not being right on the server. So I had the heavy copper claymore as my weapon from about level 14 until level 20, and I got to level 21. I thought, I need to upgrade my sword. I remember I need to go and make the great sword made of bronze. I was looking for it. I'm going, oh yeah, I need a few more points in blacksmithing. Oh, I see it in the skill list. Dumped a whole load of bronze into making rough bronze cuirass or something. I can't remember now. Trousers, I think they were maybe. And then went to make the greatsword and was immensely disappointed to see on the server that it was a white quality with no stats. And I'm thinking, this had stats. This thing had stats. I can't find an earlier reference than this. Now, someone said in 2009 that it was common quality. Well, I don't know. I don't remember it being common quality. I really don't. Even in vanilla, this was an uncommon. It was a green. And it had stats. And they're saying at version pre-3.1 it was just a white, and version 3.1 it had stats. I remember it having stats in vanilla. I don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but I've updated my server database, my item templates in the SQL database that Mangos uses. I've updated my base to have these stats. I haven't added the critical strike that's mentioned there because I don't remember this ever having critical strike. I just remember it having about 70 or 16 DPS, and I remember it having these stats. And it's this item is just a bit of a mishmash. Hence the need for the script. So I'm going to connect with MySQL connector to the database. I'm going to write a script that will take the name of an item and show me the current information that's pertinent to it. Why do this? Well, the Mangos database stores the possible statistics for an item as stat 1 or stat type 1, stat value 1, stat type 2, stat value 2. It isn't just a number for strength, a number for spirit, a number for agility, and they be in a set place or a set order. They're actually this stat to this level, and I presume that's so they can add other stats in and out, and there'd just be a number of slots on an item for a number of bonuses. The trouble I have with that database structure is that if you suddenly decide to add 20 stats, well, there isn't space for them. You've dedicated your database to be, limited. Now, it's a database. It should be in some sort of normal form. And I'd expect, therefore, that the stat record or the stats record for each item be its own entry in another table, maybe, or something more structured within the local table. And it isn't. There's a problem there. So, time for a tool. And it's going to be in Python because, for reasons I cannot share at the moment, I'm not doing any C++ at home. No C++ at home until Christmas time-ish, maybe. To that end, you will find there are no Visual Studios on my machine. We're just using Python, and we're using Linux, and I'm doing stuff, and the dog is barking. So yeah, that's my update. And the server has actually been on... Let me go and shut the dog up. Are you special? Are you special? You barking at the wall? You barking at nothing? Here we go. One noisy dog. This is him, everybody. This is the barker. Hello. Hello. Your tail's wagging like mad. You can tell. Oh, that tail wag. Anyway, so the tool is going to be just a command line interface. We put in the rough name and it's going to start querying and then narrowing down until we get where we want to go. It's going to immediately show us the quality, the stats, the level, any other pertinent little bits of information. I'm not changing the name and I'm not changing the entry number either, because obviously some of these things like the greatsword are linked back to professions, back to blacksmithing, so it has to have the right entity number, entry number I think they actually are. So I have lots of notes and I have lots of information about the stats available to me. I am going to try and look for a very early reference database, whether that's something like Thoughtbot or from way back in Time Machine or something. I need to find something other than current sources. My memory tells me about this one. I may be missing others. I think in the blacksmithing tree there are several things that have already missed having statistics that should have some bonus or some value to them. Otherwise, you actually look at the game design and you think this game design is broken, and it wasn't that broken. You think, why would I invest time in doing this skill, this profession, if it beads me no quality? Whereas then, like the heavy copper claymore, really good stats, +6 stamina or something for like a level 14, really good stats, really good DPS, and you think, why then is the next sword crippled? Anyway, apart from that, everything's going well. I still need to spend time playing in a group with folks. Chaplin and Sam have been playing individually. I have no idea if they've been on recently. Certainly when I've just restarted the server, I had no information from them. There was no sign of them. They'd not been on the log-on list in a while. This build that's going past is obviously the protocol buffers build, but it's very slow on a dual-core machine that's also running the server. So I may open another copy of Putty and turn the server off a moment and shut it down so we've got more runtime. Other than that, I speak to you all soon, and I hope you stick with me for this project. I am still doing it. I am still interested in it, even if the dog does bark and interrupt me while I'm recording. The YouTube channel, we've had like 10 new subscribers in the last week. I'd like to see 10 more, folks. If you've got a friend that wants to see about WoW or Python or C++ or all the other bits and bobs that I do, or even just doggies, drop me a line. Bye-bye. Where's this? Which of you? Thank you.